This is Peter Rubin flying solo this time for a very special episode of Game Life. I'm here on Microsoft's campus. We've got an exclusive look at something you might have heard a little something about, but we're the only ones with the details, so let's take a look. Why do I look like a Clayman right now? Here to answer that question, please introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah, I'm Scott Evans. I'm the Group Program Manager for Kinect at Microsoft.
Excellent. So, Scott, this is what? This is just the 3D depth map of the new Kinect sensor, correct?
Yeah, you're seeing what the sensor itself sees. You're seeing yourself represented here in 3 dimensions. The 3D vision itself, which is what made Kinect famous, we've made high definition and high fidelity. If you step a little closer even, you can see the buttons in your shirt.
You see the buttons, you can see.
And this is little minute changes in depth that we can see with the sensor. Now Kinect is more than just a 3D vision camera. It also has a 2D vision camera. And you can see that we've got a 1080p high definition color feed across that whole field of view. But one of the challenges with a color feed is it's very susceptible to changes in room lighting. So we've introduced a new technology we call active IR. Yeah, and the magic here is really in how it filters out room lighting. And a good way to show that is we can lower the lights in this room, we can close the blinds, and you'll see that that color image becomes unusable, but this active IR image is completely unchanged.
I can't see any differences from when it was light in the room and when it was totally dark in the room.
And another fun way to show this technology at work, we'll use this little flashlight here, and you can simulate a lamp, for example, on the side. And we'll go back to color, and you can imagine if a lamp was sitting next to you on the end table, completely washing out only half of your face. And if we go back to active IR, we can see that that light is completely removed from the scene. Let's bring the lights back up.
Okay, yeah, so all of this, I should just point out, this is just all what the Kinect sensor sees and hears before it gets worked into an experience for you at home with the Xbox.
Exactly. And now the first capability is skeletal tracking.
Okay.
This was one of the core techs that we introduced with Kinect for 360. And you see that we've taken skeletal tracking and leveraged that 3D vision and made it high definition as well. We've got more joints, more expressive movement. You can see the lean in your spine. You can shrug your shoulders. All of that movement is being represented here in your skeleton. We even have enough fidelity to show your hand joints, the tips of your fingers, your thumbs. So we can see pinches.
Gun? It knows if I'm pointing a gun at the screen.
Yep.
What if I want to go menace to society and go from the side? Got it.
Full gangster style.
Okay.
Now, on top of skeletal tracking, we have enough fidelity to even look at how your joints are rotating. So I'm going to turn on rotation. And this is a representation we call Boxman.
No more cheating in Dance Central. It is going to know exactly what you're doing. Or
even your head, if you rotate your head and make little circles there, we can see that represented as well. So we can see exactly where you're looking in the room.
Oh, my yoga game is going to be on point.
We can combine a physics model and start to understand muscles and forces that are exerted through the body. We're going to turn that on here. We've got a representation here of you. And what you're seeing is as the skeleton's moving from green to red, it's showing where the force is being applied.
Okay.
So you're shifting your weight and you're seeing the weight shift on one foot. If you jump up in the air while you're midair, you'll be all green because there's no force. And as you land, you see your feet turn red. And we can even see force applied through movement. So if you throw some punches here at the sensor, we see these white circles. If you put your back into it, however, we can see a much bigger circle.
Yeah, but how about a fireball? Hadouken! Ah, it's on now. Street Fighter, we're coming.
On top of muscle and force, from a fitness perspective, we can also start to estimate your heart rate. So we're going to bring that up. We use the sensor feed.
Okay.
We can look for patches of your skin and look at micro fluctuations in the blood underneath your skin and estimate your heart rate from that. And then finally, we start to look at the people in the room and estimate moods and how they're feeling and how they're engaging with the system through what we call our expressions platform. We'll bring that up. And here you can see that we've zoomed in your face and we can show if you're neutral or smiling. We can see if you're looking at the system versus looking away. Maybe you're reading a newspaper or playing with your smartphone.
Now, did you actually use me as a reference for this expression guy? Because that's uncanny.
It is a very close resemblance. That's our generic representation of what's going on. So I'm going to jump in the scene with you. I'm going to grab a controller.
Okay.
Now we've got 2 people.
So now you're controller 1.
I'm controller 1. You're controller 2. We can change controllers.
But then it'll...
And you can see that it knows now that we've swapped controllers.
And it signed you in.
It signed me in automatically because I've used this Xbox before.
You didn't have to do the whole thing where you wave and then it sees you and you have to sign in and do the thing.
It just recognized me and signed me in. We can even switch positions here. And you can see that not only did the controllers follow us, but we swapped spaces on the screen. So you can imagine a multiplayer game now It doesn't matter where I'm sitting in the couch. I can jump in without any user interface, without any sign-in, and the screen can split relative to where I'm sitting in the room.
We've got orientation, we've got muscle and force, we've got heart rate, we've got expression and engagement, we've got the dark. But what if we tie this all together and do 5 people in the dark?
We can do 6, but we'll do 5 here to fit them in.
All right, we'll slow it down for you then.
So I'll bring up skeletal tracking again. Let's bring some friends in.
Yeah, let's cut the lights. All right, totally dark?
Totally dark.
All right, guys, come on in.
I'll switch over to active IR so we can see in the dark here.
Get bring in more people in here. See now, look at that. Let's jump. 1, 2, 3. All right, Simon says touch ahead. Crane technique. Oh, you have to do the Harlem Shake. No, I'm just playing. All right, got it, wired.